Hey guys, Tech Mentor with the video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to talk about the iPhone 12 mini and if it's worth it in 2023. Now, this phone has been around for almost 2 years now since it's been released, and it's one of the mini that you can get along with the iPhone 13 mini as well. So this by mini, it's a smaller compact phone. You have a 5.4-inch display here, but again, it's a small phone with all screen display, which makes it a unique and very first time we've seen Apple introduce the mini lineup, which Apple discontinued the iPhone 14 lineup. But as you can see here, the mini, for some people, it's a nice small size powerful device to have in your pocket. So we're going to talk about if it's still worth it to buy the 12 mini, or if you're considering getting the mini, what are some things to know about. But before we do that, let's talk about quickly about the iPhone 12 mini here. So as you can see here, the iPhone 12 mini comes in multitude of color. Here I have the black one, but you can get it in also in red, blue, and of course green as well. Those are multiple options there, so it comes in quite a few options that you do get. Now, it was released back in 2020 of November, so it's just been a little over 2 years since it's been released. It does have a 60Hz refresh rate, that 5.4-inch display here, and as you can see here, the body build here is pretty compact and small. You got two 12-megapixel camera on the back here, and it comes equipped with the A14 Bionic chip and 4 gigs of RAM, so no shortage in terms of hardware that it gets. The base storage that you get is around 64 gig, and you can also get it up to 256 gig as well. And when it comes to battery, it has around 15 hours of battery life, or the capacity, if you're looking at it, it's around 2227 mAh. So that's kind of the battery size, which seems to be a little bit on the smaller size, but that is the battery size on it. So the iPhone 12 mini, again, it sits between, if you're looking at a smaller iPhone like SE or iPhone 8 size, and the iPhone bigger size, which is the iPhone 12, which comes in a 6.1 inch. Seems to be a sweet spot for some people looking for something smaller but not huge like some of the newer smartphones. It does have 5G capability, as you can see here, and it was very first time that Apple actually introduced a 5G in the US model in certain countries as well. It does support things like the wireless charging as well for it. So as you can see here, great phone when it comes to a lot of the things that we mentioned. Good hardware, and even in the camera, we mentioned those 12 megapixel dual camera gives you really nice crisp photos and videos that you can record up to 4K. Of course, it doesn't have other fancy features like the cinematic mode or the ProRes, but it does have portrait mode available for you, which again was introduced in earlier models of the iPhone. So photography wise, pretty good phone for photography, even though it's a smaller compact phone without the 3 cameras. So those are your top things to consider. So let's really talk about finally the software of it. So the iPhone here, as you can see here, we updated to iOS 16, and iOS 16 has been working nicely for us. We were able to take advantage of some of the main features coming with iOS 16, which you can pretty much look at our previous video where we did the review of it. So iOS 16 again holds up well. Now this has been getting updates, and it will get major updates for another 3 to 4 years, so no doubt about that. So now let's dive into the main question, if the iPhone 12 mini is worth it in 2022. Well, to keep it simple, it's definitely worth it. And the reason why we're saying it's worth it, it's a powerful device here. The battery life is decent, not the greatest battery life. The cameras are pretty good compared to the Pro lineup. And it's a smaller phone, but the most interesting thing about this phone is that Apple is still selling the iPhone 12 mini. You can actually purchase it directly from the Apple's website. Now, if you were to compare it with the 13 mini, I would recommend you go with the 13 mini just because it's a 1 year older and you're only paying about $100 or so more, and you're going to get a lot more out of it in the long run. If you're thinking about a phone to last you for about 3 to 4 years, this phone will last you easily 3 to 4 years because it will get those major updates and there's a lot of life left on it. Now, the sweet spot thing about the iPhone 12 mini is because it's been around for 2 years. If you don't mind getting a pre-owned one, which you can get from eBay or Amazon, you can score this phone for under $300 or so. If you just want a brand new directly from Apple, you're going to pay a little over $500, $499 for the 64 gig right now is what Apple is selling, and you can go directly from their website as well. So with all those mentioned that we mentioned, the price is a good price point. Again, if you're looking for a smaller phone, this is where the iPhone 12 mini comes in. I think it's one of the better buys if you're looking for a smartphone, even if you're not looking for all of the features, it does come with most of the features. And you also notice the other thing about the 12 mini is, which is removed from the newer iPhone 14 Lite, is the physical SIM card tray that you get. And that matters for some people, especially if you travel a lot and like to switch out the SIM card for an unlocked phone. You might be also interested to know about that. So that's kind of our take on the iPhone 12 mini going into 2023. It's definitely worth it this year and a couple more years to go. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and we want to hear from you guys. If you guys have been using or using the iPhone 12 mini, leave a comment in the comment section as well. And while you're at it, make sure that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.